Sean here with Think Media TV, helping you move further, faster in media. I'm here today with author, speaker, entrepreneur Matthew Peters, who's also the creator of SmartPhone Video Producer. How's it going, Matthew?
It's going great, Sean.
So I pretty much stumbled over SmartPhone Video Producer just via social media, and I heard what you were sharing about it and the landing page, and I just jumped in. I got on your email list. I got the Smart Shooters Guide, and I just thought that within the context of what we're doing at Think Media TV, it's such relevant content for pastors, ministry leaders, those in nonprofits, startups, church plants, because it's so important to jump into the video space. And what you're doing is you're talking about making better videos with stuff you already have, your smartphone, your iPhone, your Droid, but saving the time, money, equipment, and all the things that go along that you don't need all that stuff, and you can make great videos just with what you have. Tell me about it. Like, what is, or tell our audience, SmartPhone Video Producer, what's kind of the overview?
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Well, the overview is basically giving people the idea that you don't have to go out and buy a lot of expensive equipment to have really high quality video and have it on the internet basically immediately. The thing with having a smartphone is the research says that people have their smartphone with them within 3 feet all the time. So you don't have to think about carrying another camera with you. And so once you realize you have an HD camera with you all the time, is how do I use it and what do I say? How do you become relevant in today's society? And the great thing about having a smartphone is once you shoot your video and you know how to shoot it well, is you can immediately upload it to YouTube. And YouTube will allow you to have that video now available to everyone worldwide. And so the smartphone producer allows people to figure out how to use the camera they already have. And then there's also some things like, here's some ideas for microphones and also for lights and such. But it's really about being relevant and the speed to market, or how fast can you get your ideas in the market right now, if it's your ministry or if it's in your local location. So that's really what it's about.
And that it's so relevant, because I think about for pastors or ministry leaders that maybe want to start a video blog and just kind of weekly produce a quick update or a teaching or something they want to share, or they're on the mission field and they want to update what they've done. They were able to just give a report of the ministry that just took place. They can shoot the video right there, and with Wi-Fi they can just get it uploaded right on the spot. What are some kind of maybe the quick tips that they could be doing, or maybe what are the biggest mistakes? I mean, what are some of the things that they have the phone, but it doesn't, you still have to do some adjustments. I mean, it's not going to work on autopilot. You have to actually do some stuff.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing is a lot of people use the standard camera. So Apple, if you get the latest iPhone, the 4S, the optics are much better. Has more, you can have more control over your image. However, let's say you're using an iPod Touch, which you can even use. You don't have to have an iPhone and have that contract with it. You can just get an iPod Touch. And wow. The same thing goes for your Droid. The big difference between a Droid and iPhone are going to be the applications. And a lot of times people who have a very popular application on say on the iPhone will then go ahead and make one for the Droid. But the key thing is to get a camera that you practice with, and make sure you understand how to set the exposure and lock the exposure in, and how to set the focus and lock the focus in. And then there's another thing, white balance, so you don't look blue or look too orange by mixing light and such. And so if you're using just the standard camera, like I have this is an iPod Touch right here. With an HD camera, you can get it for less than $300. And if you think about the thing with this is, I don't understand how video cameras in the next 2 years, if they don't have Wi-Fi capability, they're not going to be around. Because the fact that you can shoot video and edit it and then put it online immediately, it increases the speed to getting your message out there incredibly fast. And yeah.
Let me
Go
ask
ahead.
you about the workflow then.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is even with an iPod Touch and Wi-Fi, you can shoot on the iPod Touch with this particular app, and you recommend some apps,
Hmm.
and edit it on the Touch and then upload it from the Touch. And so really that's all you're taking with you, maybe some microphones and a few things that are small, but it's all right there, and it's just being uploaded straight to the internet.
Yes. And so let's say you don't want to buy an iPhone or smartphone. You have your flip phone, and you get an iPod Touch, and you have the ability to download the best apps for anywhere from $1 to $4. You're getting new cameras with new functions. And so let's say you're on the mission field, and you could take out your camera, start shooting it, and then once you get into a Wi-Fi area, you could upload it. But you can even get iMovie for this for $5. You can edit it. As a matter of fact, to give you a case in point, I shot a series. I blocked the time, and I shot a series of 20 some videos, about 26 videos. They all had to do around my topic. And so what it is, I blocked time. I shot all those videos that answered questions for people, the most popular questions. And then on the plane back, I had a 3-hour plane ride back. I opened up iMovie and I started editing all of them. So I edited the head of it and then the tail. And basically you're cutting off where you go up and you hit record and hit pause or hit stop. And just so it gives it a little more professional feel. And then
Sure.
I put an intro and an outro on those. And then I hit render, and it started rendering it. And so when I got into Wi-Fi area, I could just start uploading those to YouTube or to my blog or my Amazon S3 server. It's just incredible the speed of getting your ideas out there.
So is there a particular app that you recommend for shooting better video? And what you're saying too is that the stock video setting on an iPod Touch or iPhone is not the best. You want to actually be shooting through an app that gets you more customizability, more manual functions and things like that.
Yeah, but for a beginner, just get used to the camera that's on the Droid or the iPhone or the iPod Touch. Just get used to it. But the thing is, since everything is so automated, you're going to, let's say you're holding your camera up like this and you're taping, and then as you go, in front of a window or something, now you're going to be all dark, and the background's going to be all bright. And then also your focus, you might have this focus where it kind of does this pop, focusing back and forth. You want to avoid stuff like that to maintain your quality. And so start with the camera that's just the stock camera on any of your devices, but then think about paying $3 to $5 for a better application for a camera. And the two that I recommend, and this is going to change as time goes on, but the two that I really like is Filmic Pro, Filmic Pro, and then the other one is Almost DSLR. And
wow.
yeah, so those ones have amazing settings. And the Filmic one was designed by filmmakers. And so it has, like, you've seen the color bars, and then it has the countdown on it. And you have the slate, the slate with the old clapper.
Oh,
so
yeah.
keep track of all your shots. So if you're going to do more higher end video production, people will actually shoot movies with iPhone. They shoot music videos with iPhone now. The S is so high quality that if you were to take the iPhone S and then compare it to any nice camera you're going to get, video camera at, say, Best Buy, you're going to see so little comparison when you actually get it onto the web, because if you're going to put it on YouTube or on your blog, you can't put it on full frame. It's got to be compressed. So if the big difference is between this little lens here and say a DSLR camera, the ones with the big lens on it, looks like a still camera, is the optics. Because there's a few other little tweaks to it, but the biggest thing is the portability of this, and the fact that it's not just a camera, it's a video production facility is what I call it, because of being able to shoot it, edit it, and then also put it online in one device that you have with you all the time.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And again, not to just restate the point, but especially if you don't have the touch, but you have the phone, you also have your phone with you, and you're able to even share the video you just made over social media, and you're able to be on the internet and edit video and shoot video. And so it becomes kind of an ideal setup for kind of the mobile lifestyle of being in ministry or in so many a variety of fields, business or in a startup, to be able to do that. Now, one of the things that you have is you actually have a free online shooter's guide that they can get by going to the link. And if you want to actually check out what Matthew's doing, visit bit.ly smartphone video. You've seen it on the screen here. It's the top link in the description. So if they go there, they can download the shooter's guide, and you outline what's really in the shooter's guide. What do they get there?
Yeah, it's an overview of setting up your iPhone, the perfect settings for your iPhone, the apps that I use, and then also some inexpensive lights and microphones stuff. A lot of the same things that you talk about. You've got it's a very basic thing. So like thinking about a light kit, I hear people spending $1,000 on a light kit. I'm talking about let's spend $100 on a light kit or $200 on a light kit and get really good quality results. And your microphones start at about $20 to $30. So the initial outlay of invest to get started in this and get pro quality results is very minimal. And so that's what I go over in the guide is really the how to get started, and then some very simple principles on how do you control the lights that's in the room. So for instance, if you don't buy the light kit, how do you use the light that's available in the room around you?
Great. And we, even talking before this call, we were talking about just kind of like the basic get started equipment. And probably the best thing that someone could get is the microphone.
Yeah.
Because audio is so important. I've heard a lot of professionals say audio is sometimes even more important than video, because if they can't hear you, even if your video is spectacular, it looks good, but they can't hear what you're saying, then they're going to miss it. So for an iPhone, what do you need to really just get started? What microphone? And there's a special connector that you need.
Yeah. So the thing about I've seen people who are very big in marketing, and they start using an iPhone, but the thing they forget about is you can't just stick any kind of little microphone into it. You actually have to have an adapter. So you can get the adapter at kvconnection.com and just do a search for iPhone mic adapter. And there's different styles depending on what type of microphone you want to put into it. However, within that shooter's guide that you talked about, that there's a link in there that goes directly to them.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm. And then as well as if you're going to get a microphone, there's, if you want to write this down, it's the Audio-Technica ATR 3350. And then you have the ATR 6550, which is a shotgun style microphone. So you don't have to actually clip one onto you. You could have the microphone just off the camera, just pointed at whoever's speaking. And that way you can kind of they can move around. You don't have to worry about cords or anything. So yeah, very inexpensive. So the little lavalier microphone or the lapel mic is about $20 to $25. And then that shotgun style microphone is about $35 to $45 you can get that on Amazon or eBay.
And you're right. These are the same microphones that we recommend kind of for just getting started. And really, if I would suggest that they get both, because now with the cable you're recommending in their phone, they could take it, far away from home, throw it in your luggage. And with the lapel mic, it's going to be a lot better for just addressing the camera and maybe sharing just a message from one person just straight to camera. But if you did want to conduct an interview or walk around somewhere and get far improved audio, but film multiple people where you can just point the shotgun directionally, you're going to see a massive improvement in the audio, but you'll be able to go from one interview to the next and to the next, and obviously the lapel wouldn't work for that. So, and if they get both, it's right around $100 extra, and they've got the quality of their smartphone, and they just put that together, and you're pretty much good to go with just that.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, if you want to do more interviews, you can also get a little splitter, audio splitter, and then you just the ATR 3350. You just get two of those, and you think about, well, that's $45 to $50 for two microphones. Now you have two people mic'd, and you're gonna have nice quality audio. Especially if you have a noisy environment, you're gonna get up close and personal with that audio to maintain the quality, and people can understand your message and not get a little frustrated with it's too hard to hear. And especially if you're out in the field, you can't go back and shoot that stuff. So you got to make sure you capture the audio really well. And, having something like this and a microphone and a little connector, you can literally put this stuff in your pocket, go out and shoot. And if you know how to just hold it and shoot it, you don't really need to have a big camera bag and lights and stuff when you go on if you're going out in the field. So it's really a game changer for people in the ministry who want to take their video with them. And this is something that, you could put this in your luggage. You could give this to multiple people on your team, and they could be shooting different projects, bring them together back at home and edit them together. Matter of fact, on the plane ride, like I said before, you can start editing the project right on iMovie and get amazing results. I mean, you can put titles in, you can choose some music, you can put still photos in and move them around. They have the Ken Burns effect where you can pan and zoom in on the photos you take. It's just people don't understand the power they have with their smartphone and being able to edit, just in transit.
So I just think about, for those that want to jump in the church context, in a nonprofit context, for a pastor, churches that want to get started doing video announcements, video blogs for their pastor, updates from the mission field, quick addressing events, advertising events to say, hey, coming up is this event. Now it's just possible, really, at a very low cost, and really with what they already have. Well, thanks, Matthew, so much for your time. Again, for those watching, if you want to check out the course, go to bit.ly smartphone video, links on screen, links in the description below. Really appreciate it. And glad you could come out on video.
Thank you so much, Sean.
You got it. Think Media TV, helping you move further, faster in media.